This paper deals with the various ruptures and reconfigurations of cinematic space that accompany the development of new sound technologies. So the title, as you can see, is The Trope of the Turn and the Production of Sound Space. While both classical and contemporary film theory have productively dissected the relation between the visible and the invisible in cinema through a concentration on off-screen space as the preeminent blind space, much less attention has been paid to that other dimension of invisibility, that which is behind, the other side of bodies and of things. Because the film image is two-dimensional, the activation of perspective and overlapping figures are clearly involved in the production of the effect of three-dimensionality. But this is true of a painting or a photograph as well. The cinema has an added advantage, movement in time, which aids in carving out the space of the diegesis. The turn, both of characters' bodies and the body of the camera, is a crucial trope in this respect. The turn in classical Hollywood films is often activated in the service of scenes of misrecognition, where it reveals a mistaken identity. For the turn makes visible that which was concealed, the other side, an other side that does not materially exist in the two-dimensional realm of cinema, but is continually evoked, imagined, and assumed. The turn is a constant reiteration of otherness and the limits of knowability, a denial of the sufficiency of the screen as surface. Knowledge resides somewhere else, behind, on the other side. But the turn also confirms that there is another side, in what could be labeled a virtual dimension. Nevertheless, given the physical immobility of the spectator, the necessity of facing forward to see the screen, that turn must be delegated to someone or something else, character, figure, camera. Navigable space is on the side of the screen. What are the effects of this delegation to figure or camera of a bodily gesture that is critical to the subject's relation to space, of a body's fundamental capability, as Henri Lefebvre has pointed out, quote, of indicating direction by a gesture, of defining rotation by turning round, of demarcating and orienting space, unquote. In Lefebvre's analysis, space cannot be conceived of as an empty container, ready and able to accept any content. Space is, above all, occupied. Quote, there is an immediate relationship between the body and its space, between the body's deployment in space and its occupation of space. Before producing effects in the material realm, tools and objects, before producing itself by drawing nourishment from that realm, and before reproducing itself by generating other bodies, each living body is space and has its space. It produces itself in space and also produces that space. This is a truly remarkable relationship, the body with the energies at its disposal. The living body creates or produces its own space. Conversely, the laws of space, which is to say the laws of discrimination in space, also govern the living body and the deployment of its energies. Bodies, deployments of energy, produce space and produce themselves along with their motions according to the laws of space, unquote. Yet in the context of the cinema, the spectator's body is incapacitated, rendered useless, deprived of its role of demarcating space through gesture and movement. As has so often been pointed out, the spectator must become immobilized, bodiless, his or her senses reduced to those characterized by distance, vision, and hearing.